Hi, everyone. Welcome to this afternoon's presentation on what is Blackbaud Product Discovery. And we'll begin in a couple of minutes here. I'm Dan Whitaker. I'm the moderator. I've been with Blackbaud for 9 years as a program manager in the tuition management practice. So before we begin, a few housekeeping items here. And so audio for the webinar is being broadcast through your computer speakers. If you experience any audio or technical issues, just refreshing your browser seems to remedy those issues. Recordings are going to be available 24 hours after the session, and you can download the slides on the doc tabs on the top right side of your screen and use the Q&A to submit questions. Chat is for group conversations, and messages can be used to direct message participants. If you missed a session today or yesterday, all sessions are recorded and are going to be available in the agenda builder under the on-demand tab 24 hours after our closing announcements tomorrow on day 3. And then at the end of the session, there's going to be a brief 4-question survey that we'd ask all of you to complete. And with that, I'll just introduce our speaker here, Stephanie Pratt. Stephanie is a senior principal at Blackbaud and works in our user experience group as a researcher. So with that, Stephanie, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks so much, Dan. All right, so thank you all for joining this session on what is Blackbaud Product Discovery. As Dan mentioned, I'm a senior principal user experience researcher here at Blackbaud, and I've been at Blackbaud going on 4 years and leading a lot of the behind the scenes updates to our Blackbaud Product Discovery program. So for today, I'm going to cover what is the product discovery program, what participation looked like in 2024, and then some sample projects where discovery influenced our products. And then I'll have an open floor Q&A session. The content is about 10 minutes, so we'll have plenty of time for questions. All right, so let's first talk about what is the product discovery program. So first and foremost, the program is a way to learn from customers like you to improve Blackbaud products to help you make a difference in the world through your organization. Ultimately, discovery is part of the user experience design process, where first we empathize and learn about the needs of our customers and users, define the problem, ideate to solve the problem, prototype the solution, test the solution, refine that based on learnings, and then implement. This process is cyclical. As we learn, we may go back a few steps, and discovery happens in the empathize and test phases highlighted here on this graphic. So what are the benefits in participating in Blackbaud Discovery? So first, you will influence product development. Your feedback will impact the design and functionality of Blackbaud products. You will get to try new concepts and ideas before they're finalized to see what types of things we are thinking about at Blackbaud. You can get invited to early adopter programs or client tech previews to get early access to features and updates before they are released for all customers. And then for projects without direct product feedback or don't fall into one of the other benefit categories, financial incentives may be provided. By participating, you will also learn about new technologies and methods used in product development, and even identify ways you can use some of those methods in your own work. So what does participation look like? It might be having one-on-one conversations about specific topics that you are interested in. You might try to complete tasks or workflows in prototypes or share your thoughts on conceptual ideas. You may complete surveys at your own pace to share your opinion or participate in early release tests to try out new features with your data before they are live for all customers. As part of participation, we want to respect your time and have rules in place to limit how often you are contacted by Blackbaud team members. Sessions typically happen during the work week, but we will work with your schedule, with time slots typically ranging from 30 to 60 minutes, depending on the topic. We have automation set up to make scheduling really easy. You just select the time that works best for you. You will also have the ability to reschedule or cancel if something comes up right from the meeting invitation. And then if at any point you change your mind, you can opt out of our program by telling the team member who invited you or clicking unsubscribe at the bottom of one of our invitation emails. So now, whoops, there we go. So now I'll share some of the data on what the Discovery program looked like in 2024. So we had a total of 64 Discovery projects throughout 2024. You can see our most active times for the Discovery program was May through November of last year, with conversational studies and survey studies being shown there. Of those interviewer conversational studies, we talked one-on-one with 520 users last year to help build our products. So now you know how much discovery happened last year. Let's dive into how customers like you participating in those discovery projects impacted Blackbaud products. So the first sample project to highlight here is the payment assistant, which is still under development and underway for Financial Edge NXT. Discovery helped initially understand the needs around managing payments. Later, in an early adopter program, customers were able to test out the features with their data and provide additional feedback. This has led to a lot of improvements to this upcoming feature. If you're a Razor's Edge NXT user, you've probably noticed the updated navigation in Razor's Edge NXT. Through Discovery, we had customers like you tell us where they would expect to go for various tasks that they would complete in Razor's Edge NXT, just from a list of label names from a few different options of navigation. From this, we learned how customers think about terminology, which supported decisions around these navigation updates and the naming of the areas. Also in Razor's Edge NXT, the new homepage had a lot of discovery efforts. We had shared some concepts of a homepage dashboard to learn what is important to various role types. We learned that customization and personalization were crucial for the success of the homepage dashboard. Discovery helped our teams make decisions about which tiles would be available first by the importance to customers. And then additionally, all the settings on each tile exist because of customers like you sharing feedback about what they were trying to accomplish or needed to know from each tile. And the little animation isn't working here, but from our Just Giving product, our teams led Discovery to understand what was challenging for peer-to-peer fundraisers around asking for donations. Based on what they learned, the team leveraged generative AI to build features like the story enhancer to speed up the time for these peer-to-peer fundraisers to share their story on why they were fundraising. With this enhancement, more than 180,000 peer-to-peer fundraisers have been helped with their stories since launch. And the last example project here to share is from Blackbaud grant making. Discovery revealed that a tedious download re-upload process for editing documents and templates was a top customer pain point. The team tested a design for editing documents and templates directly from the product with Microsoft Word Online and saw major usability and sentiment improvements for the Blackbaud grant making users. So, with all of that shared, if I've convinced you to join the program, you can do so by scanning this QR code or going to blackbaud.com/discovery, which will redirect you to the sign up form. But I'm happy to take any questions on the program or anything that I've shared today. Sure thing, Tanya. Noah, you'd still be able to have the conversation. We'd love to hear your thoughts around, maybe as part of research and discovery, it's helpful to hear that type of feedback as we may have an initial version and then release future versions. Um, so we'd love to hear from you if you want to participate. Sure thing. Any other questions? Bill, great question. Um, As part of signing up for the Discovery program, you'll fill out a questionnaire that will ask about products you use, and then topics you're interested in. So you can select those, and that helps our team members find you when they're doing research on those topic areas. You can also, if you get emailed an invitation and it's not something you're interested in, you can either ignore that email or tell the person who emailed you that you're not interested in participating in that topic. And then, Noah, question, how long does Discovery track usually go for? Um, it depends on the project, but it might just be a one-off conversation on a particular topic. Um, and then depending on what the team needs, they may ask you if you'd be interested in having a follow-up with them. But there's no firm commitment or anything like that. We work with you and your schedule because we greatly appreciate the feedback you can share. I hope that answers that question. Great. Any other questions? All right, I don't see any other questions coming through. So Dan, I can pass it back to you to close us out.
Okay, that sounds great. Thanks for everyone participating in the session today. And but before you go, please do take a few moments and complete the survey. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And I can hang around for a little bit if any final questions come up.